The stars were calm that night, but the galaxy was anything but. Far away from Earth, in the Grand Council chamber of the Galactic Alliance, dozens of alien leaders gathered. Their shapes were strange, their voices strange, but their purpose was the same: to judge Earth. "It's non-strategic," said a tall, thin alien with silver scales. Its voice echoed in the massive chamber. "No resources worth our time. No military strength. Nothing that matters." A few aliens nodded, some laughed quietly, and others looked bored. Files and holograms floated in the air, showing Earth's cities, forests, oceans, and people. They saw farmers, schools, small armies, and factories. Nothing that would scare a true galactic power. "Humans are harmless," another alien said, waving a clawed hand. "They cannot even leave their own planet efficiently. Why waste our time?" Back on Earth, life went on as usual. Children ran through playgrounds, cars honked in traffic, and people walked dogs in parks. No one knew their planet's fate was being discussed in alien chambers across the stars. But not everyone was blind to the truth. In a quiet lab beneath the Arctic ice, Dr. Aiden Shaw stared at a bank of screens. He rubbed his tired eyes and leaned closer to the monitor. Numbers flickered. Graphs moved. Energy readings spiked strangely in the orbit above Earth. "They're coming," he whispered to himself. His voice was low, almost afraid to disturb the silence. "They think we are weak. They have no idea." Dr. Shaw moved quickly, tapping keys, opening files, revealing ancient blueprints hidden for centuries. The Arctic ice hid something no alien had ever expected: a massive underground facility, built and maintained in secret by humans. This was Earth's hidden hand, waiting for the right moment. Outside, the wind howled over frozen mountains. It seemed peaceful, but below the surface, massive doors shifted, machines hummed. Lights blinked like the heartbeat of a sleeping giant. Humans had always adapted, always survived, and now they had prepared for what even the galaxy thought was impossible. Meanwhile, a young girl named Leela sat in her bedroom thousands of miles away, staring at her computer screen. She had no idea about Dr. Shaw, the Arctic facility, or the Galactic Council. All she knew was that her favorite news channel kept reporting strange anomalies in space. Satellites disappearing, communications dropping. A feeling of unease grew in her chest. "Something's wrong," she muttered. Back in the Arctic lab, Dr. Shaw called a small meeting. A handful of trusted human leaders gathered in the room, faces tense, eyes sharp. He pointed to the screen, showing a fleet approaching the solar system. Not hundreds, not thousands, tens of thousands of alien ships moving with silent precision. "They believe we are weak," Dr. Shaw said, his voice calm but firm. "They think we have no strategy, no weapons, no plan. But we do. We just wait for the right moment. And right now we wait." One of the leaders, an older woman with streaks of gray in her hair, frowned. "Are you saying we fight? We have no fleet strong enough to face them." Dr. Shaw shook his head slowly. "Not like they think. We don't fight the way they expect. We don't attack blindly. We use their rules against them. Every weakness, every loophole, it is ours to use. And they will never see it coming." Above them, the lights of the Arctic night flickered. The wind outside sounded like whispers, like the galaxy itself was holding its breath. Somewhere far beyond the stars, the alien council decided Earth was non-strategic. They laughed. They made plans. They thought they had nothing to fear. But the truth was simple. Humans had waited. Humans had watched. And humans had learned that sometimes the best weapon is patience. Shaw looked at the ceiling and whispered, "Let them come. Let them make their mistake." The camera zoomed out of the Arctic lab, past mountains, cities, oceans, and into space. The alien ships glinted against the darkness. Earth looked small, peaceful, harmless. And that, of course, was exactly the illusion humanity wanted. Deep beneath the Arctic ice, the human leaders gathered around a glowing holographic table. Dr. Aiden Shaw's fingers danced over the controls, pulling up images, diagrams, and maps of secret installations. The room hummed with quiet energy, machines, computers, and silent alarms, all hidden from the outside world. "This is our chance," Dr. Shaw said, his voice calm but heavy with meaning. "The aliens think Earth is non-strategic. They think we cannot fight. That assumption is their weakness, and we're going to use it." And a young officer, Maria Chen, raised an eyebrow. "Use it? How? Their fleets are thousands of times bigger than ours. We have no chance in a direct fight." Dr. Shaw smiled faintly. "We don't fight like they expect. That's the loophole. Galactic rules forbid Earth from launching a direct attack. But they didn't say anything about defense, sabotage, or clever tricks. Everything we do can follow the rules and still crush them." He waved his hand, and the hologram zoomed in on a hidden continent-sized network of tunnels beneath the ice. Massive human war machines rested quietly, powered down but ready. Satellites orbiting Earth hummed softly, connected to Earth's global grid, waiting for the signal. These satellites, Dr. Shaw continued, look harmless to any alien scout. But when activated, they can disable ships, jam communications, and even take control of enemy systems. They are non-lethal, strategic, and fully within the loophole. The leaders exchanged glances. Some were skeptical, some nervous, but curiosity and hope sparkled in their eyes. "How long have we been preparing for this?" asked an older man, Admiral Karev, his voice low. "Centuries," Dr. Shaw replied. "Generations of humans have studied the galaxy. We learned patience. We hid our greatest strength beneath the surface while the universe laughed at us. And now," he paused, letting the tension build. "The moment has come to turn their arrogance against them." Maria leaned forward, studying the holograms. "So we wait until they enter the system. Then what?" "Then we act," Dr. Shaw said simply. "Not with bombs, not with fleets, not with brute force. We strike where they never expect. Their command ships, their communications, their sensors, all of it will be ours for a brief, perfect window." A murmur ran through the room. They could almost see it, the alien admiral's face turning pale as his fleets froze, trapped by invisible human systems. Suddenly, alarms blared softly. A screen lit up with incoming signals. Alien scouts were already entering the outer edges of the solar system, scanning, probing, looking for weakness. Dr. Shaw's voice sharpened. "They will think Earth is still helpless. They will think we are waiting to surrender, but what they do not realize, patience is a weapon too. And it is the one weapon we wield better than anyone." Outside the Arctic lab, the wind howled across frozen plains. Ice shifted quietly, hiding entrances to secret facilities. Deep below, humans moved like shadows, checking systems, recalibrating satellites, and running simulations. Every movement was precise, silent, and deadly in its subtlety. Dr. Shaw addressed the room one last time. "Remember this, the galaxy judges strength by appearances. They see power and panic, and they respect it. We will show them patience, calculation, and cleverness. They will underestimate us, and that underestimation is our greatest advantage." A young technician, barely out of college, spoke up, almost in a whisper. "So they think we are harmless, but we're not." Dr. Shaw chuckled. "Exactly. Let them think Earth is non-strategic. Let them laugh at our schools, our farms, our cities. They do not know that hidden beneath every corner of this planet, humans are ready, waiting, watching, preparing." The camera moved outside the lab, following the Arctic winds, past frozen mountains, glimmering ice, and the silent oceans. The first alien scouts appeared on the horizon of the solar system, glittering like tiny stars. They were confident, unaware, arrogant, and far below, Earth waited. The final shot of this part shows Dr. Shaw staring at the hologram of the alien fleet. His eyes are calm, steady, full of quiet pride. "Let them come," he says. "They will find out that Earth is very strategic after all." The first alien scouts entered the solar system like a storm, glittering silver and black against the dark backdrop of space. From orbit, they scanned Earth with advanced sensors, their ships humming softly. To them, this planet was small, weak, and insignificant, a non-strategic dot in the galaxy. On Earth, in the Arctic lab, Dr. Aidan Shaw and his team watched every movement on their holographic displays. The alien ships were beautiful, terrifying, and arrogant. But humans did not flinch. They had waited for this moment, and every second brought the aliens closer to their mistake. "They think we're just animals, crops, and cities," Dr. Shaw muttered. "They don't see the plan. They don't see the patience, and they will regret underestimating us." Outside the lab, the wind tore across frozen mountains. Inside, every human moved with calm precision. Satellites rotated silently above Earth, hidden from alien eyes. Beneath oceans and ice, dormant defense systems hummed quietly, waiting for the signal. Humans had built these for centuries, anticipating this very moment, not for attack, but for clever disruption. Meanwhile, the alien fleet advanced. Their admiral, a tall, many-limbed being named Vorkin, chuckled as he watched Earth through sensors. "Look at them," he said, claws tapping against the command console. "They are harmless. Cities, schools, small armies, they cannot even defend themselves. This will be over in hours." Vorkin did not notice the small satellites beginning to shift in orbit. He did not notice the subtle pulses from Earth's hidden machines, barely detectable to alien eyes. He did not notice the human minds calculating, planning, and waiting. In the lab, Maria Chen whispered, "They really believe we are weak." Dr. Shaw smiled, a shadow of pride crossing his tired face. "Exactly. And that belief is our weapon." Suddenly, a signal blinked red on the main console. One of the alien scouts, hovering at the edge of the asteroid belt, had been silenced. No explosion, no destruction, just a soft fade, as though the ship had become invisible. Vorkin squinted at the sensors. "What happened?" "This ship, it's gone." Dr. Shaw leaned forward, calm but excited. "One down, And they still don't understand. These are not weapons of mass destruction. These are precision devices. They disable systems, confuse sensors, take control, all without firing a shot. The aliens panicked slightly. Their scouts sent messages to the main fleet. Signals bounced, scrambled, then returned corrupted. Confusion spread quickly. Some ships drifted off course. Others slowed, unsure if their sensors were trustworthy. Vorkin's many eyes widened. Impossible. They are controlling our systems. From a planet that is supposed to be non-strategic. On Earth, Dr. Shaw addressed the room. They still see Earth as harmless. That is their biggest mistake. We don't need fleets, bombs, or firepower. We only need to use their arrogance against them. Maria nodded, realizing the beauty of the plan. Humans had waited for this moment for generations. Every blueprint, every hidden machine, every dormant satellite was not just survival. It was strategy, patience, and cleverness in action. The alien fleet continued, unaware that humans had infiltrated their communications. False orders spread among the ships. Some turned, some froze. One scout tried to fire at Earth, but the beam reflected back harmlessly, absorbed by a hidden orbital array. Vorkin's voice was tense, almost unrecognizable. What are they doing? How are they? Dr. Shaw rested his hands on the console. They are panicking, and we haven't even started. They do not know patience. They do not know strategy. They do not know humans. Outside, the Arctic wind roared. The sky above glowed faintly with the aurora, mirrored by the lights of hidden facilities beneath the ice. Humanity did not need to strike first. The aliens had already begun to lose control, all because they believed Earth was weak, all because they had underestimated humans. And somewhere, far beyond the solar system, the galaxy would take note. Humans were not just survivors. Humans were clever, patient, and unstoppable when ignored. The camera zoomed out from Earth, past the Arctic lights, past the cities and oceans, up into space. The alien fleet drifted, confused, vulnerable, and unaware of the storm quietly building beneath their feet. Dr. Shaw whispered to himself, almost with a smile, "Let them think they are strong. Let them think they are in control. The universe will learn soon enough that Earth is not what it seems." The alien fleet drifted silently above the solar system, confident and arrogant. They had scouted Earth, laughed at its cities, and dismissed its armies. They believed they were untouchable, but the humans had waited, and now the time to act had arrived. In the Arctic lab, Dr. Aiden Shaw's fingers flew across the holographic controls. "Activate Protocol Alpha," he ordered. Instantly, satellites above Earth shifted positions, hidden beneath the light of the aurora. They blinked with signals invisible to alien sensors, connecting to dormant systems buried across the planet, under oceans, deserts, and mountains. Maria Chen's eyes widened as screens lit up. "They'll never see this coming," she whispered. "Not a single ship has even detected a real threat yet." Dr. Shaw leaned back, calm and quiet. "It's not about fighting. It's about control. Let's show them patience is a weapon." At that moment, the first alien scout tried to report its observations to the main fleet. The message never reached its destination. Instead, it bounced back, rewritten by Earth's systems. Confusion spread like wildfire. Orders contradicted each other. Some ships turned around. Others drifted aimlessly. Vorkin, the alien admiral, hissed in frustration, multiple limbs tapping nervously on his command console. This is impossible. Our systems, they are failing." On Earth, humans smiled quietly. No explosions, no lasers, no death. Yet the power of strategy was doing its work. Dr. Shaw gestured toward a second control panel. Now the drones? Cloaked human drones emerged from hidden bases, their movements silent and almost invisible. They approached alien ships not to destroy, but to disable and redirect. Engines flickered, shields shimmered and failed. Communications scrambled. The aliens' own technology betrayed them, controlled by the humans they had underestimated. Maria gasped. "They can't even fight properly." "They're trapped in their own systems." Exactly, that was the point. Humans didn't need firepower or numbers. They used cleverness, precision, and rules against the aliens' arrogance. Every move followed the loophole. Humans were not attacking directly, but every alien ship was now compromised. Vorkin's many eyes widened in disbelief. "This planet, it is controlling us. How can this be? They're ordinary humans." Dr. Shaw watched the alien fleet drift in confusion on the main monitor. They believed they were superior. They believed their technology would always win. But they forgot one thing: humans adapt. Humans think, humans wait. And humans never show their hand until it is perfect. Meanwhile, in the Arctic lab, the team activated a final layer of the plan, the false fleet protocol. Holographic decoys appeared in orbit, showing dozens of massive ships rising from hidden orbital stations. The alien fleet panicked, thinking the Earth attack fleet was real. Orders contradicted each other, sensors overloaded, and chaos spread faster than any human could have imagined. Vorkon barked orders, but nothing worked. Every attempt to regain control failed. The alien fleet had fallen into the trap of human patience, human cunning, and human strategy. Dr. Shaw stood silently for a moment, watching. Then he spoke, calm but sharp. "Send a message." A transmission went out, hijacking the alien channels. The voice that spoke was calm, human, and clear. "You declared Earth non-strategic. You assumed we were weak. Your fleets are impressive, but they lack patience. They lack cunning. You have underestimated humans, and that is your greatest mistake. Withdraw now, and we may consider mercy." The alien ships froze. Silence fell over their fleet. Vorkon's voice was low and trembling. "Humans, how? They are controlling us without firing a shot." Dr. Shaw turned to Maria and the team. "This is what humans do best. We survive, we wait, and when the moment is right, we strike not with power, but with intelligence. They called us harmless. Now they will never forget Earth." Outside, the aurora shimmered across the Arctic sky. The winds roared, echoing the calm determination of humans below. Somewhere in space, the alien fleet slowly retreated, humiliated, confused, and powerless. And beneath the ice, in the Arctic lab, Dr. Shaw whispered to himself, "They thought they could judge us. They thought they could ignore us. And yet Earth remained standing, clever and undefeated. Let the galaxy watch, let them learn." The alien fleet drifted away, silent and confused, leaving the solar system as quietly as it had arrived. Stars glimmered beyond, but the galaxy had already begun to notice the ripple of what had happened. Humans had done the impossible, not through overwhelming firepower, but through patience, cunning, and the clever use of every loophole the universe allowed. On Earth, the Arctic lab was quiet. Dr. Aidan Shaw stood before the holographic table, watching the last flickers of alien signals fade. He exhaled slowly, letting the tension leave his shoulders. Around him, Maria Chen and the other leaders smiled quietly, some shaking their heads in disbelief at what had just occurred. "They underestimated us," Maria said softly, her voice filled with awe. "They didn't see what was coming. They didn't even think to look beneath the ice, beneath the cities, beneath everything." Dr. Shaw nodded. "They will never forget it. The galaxy judged humans by appearances, our small armies, our ordinary cities, our daily lives. And we showed them that appearances can be misleading. Strength is not just firepower. Strength is intelligence, patience, and courage. Humans have all three. Across the world, people went about their daily lives, unaware of the cosmic spectacle unfolding above their heads. A child kicked a soccer ball in a dusty field. A mother cooked dinner in a small kitchen. Commuters waited for buses. Ordinary lives, ordinary people. Yet this ordinary planet had just rewritten its place in the galaxy. News channels tried to report strange phenomena in space. Satellites that had been cloaked now transmitted images of disabled alien ships and strange lights in orbit. Scientists scratched their heads. Governments issued statements, careful not to alarm the public. But the truth was out. Earth was no longer non-strategic. In the Galactic Council, panic and disbelief spread like wildfire. Alien leaders argued among themselves, some admitting they had been outsmarted, others refusing to believe it. Vorkon, the admiral who had laughed at humans, sat alone in his quarters, staring at the reports. Multiple limbs shook in frustration. They did not fight like anyone else," he whispered. "They waited. They tricked us. They won without firing a shot." Back on Earth, Dr. Shaw addressed his team one last time. "They called us harmless. They called us non-strategic. They judged our patience as weakness. And that judgment is what won this for us." Maria smiled. "Do you think the rest of the galaxy will respect us now?" Dr. Shaw's eyes gleamed. "Not just respect. They will fear underestimation. They will learn that humans cannot be ignored. And best of all, they will never see us the same way again." Outside the Arctic lab, the aurora danced across the night sky, reflecting the quiet pride of a planet that had survived centuries of doubt. Humans had not needed massive fleets or superweapons. They had needed brains, patience, and the courage to wait for the perfect moment. The galaxy had learned a lesson it would not soon forget. As weeks passed, reports arrived from distant systems. Aliens spoke of the humans' cleverness in hushed tones. Some whispered warnings to each other. "Do not underestimate Earth." Others studied human strategy, trying to understand how such a non-strategic planet could dominate without firing a shot. On Earth, life continued. Children laughed, markets buzzed, and cities thrived. Humans remained ordinary in appearance, but extraordinary in action. They had rewritten their story not with weapons, but with intelligence, patience, and cunning, a perfect reminder that true power often hides behind simple, daily life. Dr. Shaw stood outside the Arctic facility one night watching the stars. He whispered to himself, a quiet smile on his lips. They thought we were weak. They thought we were predictable. They thought we were nothing. They were wrong, and the galaxy will never forget it. The camera pulled back, leaving Earth small but shining, ordinary but extraordinary, a planet that had quietly but decisively claimed its place among the stars. The message was clear. Humans do not need to dominate with violence to be powerful. They dominate by thinking, by waiting, and by using every advantage the universe allows. And somewhere, in the far reaches of the galaxy, the lesson spread: never underestimate humans.